Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to discuss 10 things PTAs need to know regarding strokes, or also known as cerebral vascular accidents, CVAs. So let's break that down. Alright, well, getting into number one. There are three different kinds of strokes that you need to be aware of. 1. Ischemic, which is a blockage in an artery. 2. Hemorrhagic, this is when the artery opens. And 3. A transient ischemic attack, or also known as a mini stroke. The big thing to know here is that it's under 24 hours. Number 2. Fast. Fast is the reaction when someone has a stroke. It stands for face, arms, speech, and time. So face meaning the face is drooping on one side typically. Arm is referring to whether it's weak or numb. Speech becomes very difficult or they have a hard time understanding speech. And T is time, which is the reaction time for you to be able to call emergency services. Number 3, the risk factors. So we're going to break this down from modifiable and non-modifiable. So the modifiable ones, or the ones that you can change, are high blood pressure, which is over either 160, 95 area. That can probably change depending on the textbook. Heart disease, diabetes mellitus, smoking, alcohol, and drug use. Non-modifiable, or things you can't change, are your age, which is the greatest risk factor, gender, and race. Number 4, know that different areas have different effects. So we're just going to hit the tip of the iceberg here. Know that there is a middle cerebral artery, MCA, anterior cerebral artery, ACA, posterior cerebral artery, PCA. So all of these will have its own set of deficits, whether it's contralateral, ipsilateral, whether it attacks the Wernickes area or Broca's area. Each one of these will have its own set of signs and symptoms. So just know that there are different kinds and make sure you brush up on that. Number 5 is breaking down Wernickes and Broca's area. So Wernickes is located on the left side of the temporal lobe. This is responsible for comprehension of speech. Broca's area is located on the frontal lobe, and this is responsible for speech production. So hitting the halfway point here. So those are 5 defining factors of the pathology itself. So the next 5 are going to be more implications for the PTA, or things that we need to know as we're practicing. So number 6, promoting awareness of the use of the hemiplegic side. So this means just know that patients sometimes have a lack of awareness on one side of their body. So injuries, falls, all this goes up because they're not going to see that there is a couch in the way, or they're not going to see the curb or maybe something they might trip over. So make sure you promote their awareness there. Number 7 kind of piggybacks off number 6, fall prevention and functional mobility training. So we still can't completely eliminate the possibility of falls. So what we need to do is work on their corrective strategies, work on as much prevention as we can to assist their functionality. Number 8, whatever is happening to the muscle, you're going to do the exact opposite. So by that, I mean facilitate flaccidity and inhibit spasticity. Number 9, start with motor learning strategies to restore function. So whether this is by demonstrations, practice, or just verbal feedback, start somewhere and see what the patient best responds to. And number 10, identifying braces or equipment recommendation. A lot of this patient population are going to be using hemi walkers or large base quad canes. So identify if it's recommended. If they don't have one, communicate that with your supervising PT. Or if they do have one, then make sure that they're using the equipment properly, and this will also assist in reducing that fall risk. Alright, and that just wraps it up for the top 10 things that we feel you should know when testing or when treating patients with strokes. This barely just scratches the surface regarding strokes. There's so much information out there. Personally, when I was doing some research, there was multiple videos, hours long, because you can go really in depth with each of these little topics. But I just wanted to quickly touch on each one just so that you're more prepared for your exam. Is there anything that you feel that people should know? Make sure you leave that in the comments below. We do have a podcast that we went much further in depth on us treating this patient population, so be sure to go over there and listen in. We have new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday, and you can check us out on all the major platforms. Make sure you follow us on IG, Twitter, and the Facebook group. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. It really helps the channel out. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.